quickly here, I just want to kind of tell you what kind of guy that I am for those who don't know me that well. I'm not a guy that's going to brag about my accomplishments every day. I'll say this. My fiance hears a lot of it, but that's my other half, right? Only she does. Because I do believe when you're an entrepreneur, I do believe when you believe like you're great at something, I do believe your ego's probably got to be very big. But generally speaking to other people, I don't brag all day and night. I'm well accomplished for my age. I'm 27 years old. I'm a partner with the NBA. I get to do highlights with them. I got a degree. I got a music platform that's been one of the premier spots for music news over the last 4 or 5 years in hip hop. I've got, trust and believe, a lot of people want me to be signed to their company. I trust and believe I'm very coveted out here, but I don't need to tell you that every video. I don't need to do that. You know, I worked at ESPN. I'm 27, man. I'm blessed, and I'm thankful, and I appreciate your love and support. But I'm not going to hammer that over your head every video. That's not who I am. Some people do it. Some people with a lot less accomplishments try to make you feel like they're more accomplished. That's not me. The reason why I don't do it is because I feel like people are trying to prove to themselves there's something. When you keep telling me I'm great, I'm great, I'm great, if you ain't Michael Jordan winning championships every year, I'm going to start to question yo, are you really that great? See, trash talking is different. If you trash talk your opponent and say whatever you got to do to get in your head, you're trying to help get to the win. That's one thing. But when you're constantly trying to tell everybody, yo, I'm great, I feel like I'm the best at something, at some point I'm going to be like, yo, okay, just shut up and show me. Just show me that you're great. Don't tell me all the time. Show me. Two guys specifically have been just going at it this year and you know, not going at it with each other, but trying to tell the media and convince the media that they're this. Ben Simmons has been on a tear telling the media that he feels like he's the best defensive player in the world right now. Should Ben Simmons try to take that role? It's an open role right now. Not named Rudy Gobert. Being the best defensive player in the world, it's not locked down like how it was in the late 2000s with Dwight Howard, right? It is an open spot right now, and I do believe it's a spot that somebody should take and brand. Being the best defensive player in the world, we ain't really seen someone just lock down that spot. It's the Tony Allens of the world. You know, we ain't really just seen the Ron Artest of the world, Meta World Peace. We ain't really just seen somebody lock that spot down in quite some time. I'm talking about lock it down. Gobert's been the beneficiary of nobody locking that spot down. Because to me, Gobert is not a great defender, even though I know he just blocked 9 shots against the Chicago Bulls this week. But I think he plays incredibly hard. And by default, he makes a lot of plays on defense. So give Gobert credit. But for me, there's no really great defensive player of the world right now. And Ben Simmons keeps trying to tell you, I believe I'm the guy that can guard 1 through 5. Who could do it like me? And I do believe Ben Simmons is great at passing lanes, but I'm not 100% sure if I would consider him a great defender. Doc Rivers says his guy's the defensive player of the year. I don't think I see it. I don't see it. And he might sway the media into winning that award because a lot of members of the media don't know what defense look like. I don't see it. I don't. Now, I don't see best defender in the world, but I don't know who is. I would probably get an award to Rudy Gobert again if it were me. But I don't see it in Ben Simmons. But he keeps telling us he's the best defender in the world. Now, Draymond Green is trying to convince us that he's the best defender of all time? What? Huh? What? I've never in my life thought Draymond Green is the best defender of all time. The conversation that I've had Draymond in is one of the best minds we've seen in basketball. I'll give him that because he knows his stuff. You can tell that brother watches a lot of film. I've never in my life thought, you know who I don't want to play against, or you know who I don't want to see LeBron going against next game? Draymond. Even at his peak. Like in my mind, I was thinking, Draymond's mind helps him play great team defense, helps the team. He helped KD get in great spots. Steph is not a good defender. Draymond was great at putting Steph in good spots. Klay can defend. Draymond helped on that backside as well. I want to give Draymond that credit and that credence. He deserves that. But again, I think it speaks more to his mind than it does him as an undersized 4. I never thought during those finals runs with LeBron and the Golden State Warriors, I never thought, ooh, what if Draymond Green locks LeBron up? Hell, the guy that defended LeBron was Andre Iguodala. Like the Warriors never said, we're going to do this game. We're going to stick Draymond to LeBron. No, Iguodala. So I'd argue that Iggy at his peak with the Warriors was a better defender than Draymond, an individual defender. I think Draymond's best asset is his mind. Now, does that make him one of the better defenders in the league? Because a lot of guys in the NBA seemingly don't use their brains a lot of times. Yeah. But I've never thought he's the Kevin Garnett of this era, a Tim Duncan of this era. I've never in my life thought that. I actually think Joel Embiid's a really good defender. Like I said, Rudy Gobert. Draymond went on his social media today to again prove the case that he is number one all time in defense. Draymond said, I think I'm the best defender to ever play in the NBA. I stand by that. I put myself up against anyone. Tony Allen, formerly of the Memphis Grizzlies, that's where he was at his best at. He said, Big Cap, who stamped you? Who you clamped? In the words of Jay-Z, we don't believe you. You need more people. Draymond responded to Tony by saying, I was waiting on you to stamp me, big homie. But your stamp book started running low in 2015 when we used you against your team on the way to my first championship. Oh, I like that type of petty from Draymond. And then Tony Allen responded, and I thought this was pretty weak. He said, like your stamp book now because it's 4-on-5 out there right now, my boy. Yeah, I didn't like that last comeback from Tony Allen because Draymond's not saying I'm the best offensive player of all time. He's saying I'm the best defensive player. And Draymond's still playing pretty good defense right now. I don't think it's great, but he works hard. But I'm with Tony. I don't think Draymond at his peak was ever the defender that Tony Allen was. We got to really put this in perspective here. Kobe Bryant said Tony Allen was the toughest guy that ever guarded him. At one point in time, Kevin Durant, this is KD, this man's got like 6-7 inches on Tony Allen. Pause. He flat-foot said, it's tough against Tony Allen. And then I think later on down the line, I think KD switched from Allen to Drew Holiday as the toughest defender on him. Don't quote me on that. But at one point in time, KD was like, Tony Allen, that's the guy. So we got two of the 5 best scorers. I'm not saying best players. 2 of the 5 best scorers of all time, and Kobe's in my top 3 all time. So we got 2 guys that are incredibly great at scoring, telling me Tony Allen was the hardest guy they ever defended him. I've yet to hear one guy say Draymond Green is the toughest guy that has ever guarded him. I've yet to hear one. And not even like a star. I've yet to hear one guy, no rookies, no second-year guys. You know who I never want to go against? It's Draymond Green. So until more guys, Draymond, what Tony say? Like, Jay, we need more people. You're going to need some people to back you in that one, bro. You just cannot come out there and say fallacious comments like that and have no backing. Ain't nobody backing you up in that. There are guys that think LeBron's the GOAT. There are guys that think Steph Curry is the greatest shooter of all time. There are guys that think Kobe's the GOAT. There are guys that think MJ's the GOAT. I've heard guys say Kevin Garnett is the best defender of all time. I've heard guys take it back old school. Scottie Pippen is the toughest defender that you've ever faced all time. I've never heard someone say Draymond Green is the best defender of all time. We need more people. Catch full new episodes of FERRO's music-based platform every day only on YouTube at It's Mr. Teleferro. You can also find clips, updates, giveaways, and more on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, also at It's Mr. Teleferro. For all basketball fans, make sure you tune in to FERRO's daily highlights, reports, and commentary on YouTube at Hoops FERRO, and even more updates on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Hoops FERRO as well.